that big white bird. Gonna fly right out of here without a single word.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again, my friends, for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams. Don't forget, of course, this program is being seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available at talk973.com, our main website. Top middle of the page is where the link is. That will get you there. If you're on a mobile device, your YouTube app will do the work for you. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in there. Leader Man spelled like it sounds in just one word. And if you're on your mobile device wanting to hear our crystal clear digital audio stream only without all that video, well, you can do that too by, you can get Alexa to do it. You can also get many streaming platforms to do it, like TuneIn, iTunes, Streama. They'll work. Just put WEEB in the search, and as always, that stream's available on our website at talk973.com, upper right-hand corner. Every page is a little icon that says Listen Live. Tap that once you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills, pretty much what it was yesterday, but a bit cooler, though. Not much. Sunny today. We'll reach 64 high. Tonight, right around the freezing mark. Under clear skies. Tomorrow, more sunshine, warmer, high of 65. The golf courses will be crowded, won't they? But then that ugly word, rain and showers, reappears. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, small chance. Isolated shower, low of 43. And for Wednesday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers, high of 57. Wednesday night, more scattered showers, a low of 52. Now, when we say these scattered showers, we're talking about 20 to 30% chance. So it's not better chance you're not going to get wet, but they're putting it in there because the atmosphere will be unstable. Thursday, isolated showers, 63. Friday, scattered showers, 40% chance, 64 high. And over the weekend, this coming weekend will be 50-50 shot of showers on Saturday with a high of 64, and Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 54. So I'd say we're out of the, well, we can't positively say, but out of threat of any major snow for the season. We lucked out here, didn't get any this year of any significance. You know, a few miles up the road in Raleigh, they got a few inches one time. But that's to be expected. We've gone, 2-3 years in a row without any frozen stuff. I just didn't keep it that way. Although a nice little snow, wet snow that sticks to the ground but not the roads is ideal. You like a little bit every now and then, just to get the feeling. Feeling like a kid again. All right, 7:31 past the hour. We talked a little bit about this last week, and that's those crazy robocalls that come in. Last week I gave you a link to the FCC website. They say if you would report the number that robocalls you, they will do something about it. I don't know how long it'll take them to do something about it, but I believe, if my memory serves me right, it was complaintform.fcc.gov was the website for it. If you put in Google, it'll get you there. Very short form. You don't have to give your name or anything. Just put the complaint in. But on another avenue on the same topic, because right now they're saying, in this year alone, for the average cell user, or telephone user for that matter, half of your calls will be robocalls. And it's getting to the point now, particularly if you're in business or anything, you're getting so bombarded with it. I'd say 80-90% of your calls are robocalls, to the point that you let it go to voicemail. Unless there's a name attached to it on your phone, then you'll answer. But they did it once with all the long-distance calling, and now they spoof local numbers to try to make it look like They'll even use the same prefix as your cell number, so you think it's another cell call coming in. You know what they do. You've gone through it. So what's the solution to this? Because it's just getting so out of hand that you've gotten to the point you can't use your own phone. Or you're sitting there, no matter what you're doing, in the middle of a meeting, if you're working with your hands in something, they'll call right when you got something balanced on your head and your two hands are tied up and everything else, and you stop to get that damn phone out to look at it, only to see it's a robocall. And you know what? You only got so many hours on this earth. Let's face it. And they're stealing some of your precious time here. We've got laws that say it's not legal. We don't want it. You know, if you want to talk to somebody, make a legitimate call. But no, they just go with the odds. Let's call 500,000 a day, and maybe we get 500 we can talk to. And out of that, maybe we can get 50 we can sell. Because the technology's there to do it. Yeah, it's all illegal, but we'll do it anyway. Well, the feds and industry are boosting efforts to combat the growing issue. Federal Communications Commission is touting a new system that would verify calls as legitimate and is pushing the telecom companies such as Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile and the like, U.S. Cellular, all of them, to adopt it by the end of this year. The FCC is also making it easier for carriers to block calls. Both moves will help some. The biggest wrinkle in there, and you know this wrinkle will come because it's politicians. Many robocalls, they say, are legit, like political robocalls. Now, do you really sit through one? Do you? Maybe you have once, but for the majority of them, don't you hang it up? Anyway, you know, they always get these consultants, and they always add another layer of crap that the candidate must do to win. This is what works. Our statistics say this. Yeah. How did that work out for you in 2016? Anyway, they're saying also that pharmacies, you know, robocall their patients about prescriptions. Now, there's another example. If you get so many of them, you hang up with the first sound of a computer voice, don't you? So you miss those calls already. Maybe the pharmacies need to back up a tad and get a human being to call. As much as they charge for the daggone drugs, they should. Regulators don't want those blocked, the pharmacy calls. Other hurdles, many scam calls originate overseas. The FCC cannot stop them without the help of foreign governments. Finding international scammers is tough. Legitimate businesses are caught in the crossfire. When folks don't pick up because they assume a call is bogus, it's harder for everyone from mechanics to college alumni association to reach their customers or donors on actual business. So yeah, we've got to keep hollering at a legislative ear when you get a legislator, whether it be local or federal, get in their ear. Say, do something about these calls. And when they try to pass the buck, say, you know what? Roll up your sleeves, get it done. Don't want to hear your excuse, just want to hear how you got it done. Well, if it falls in another division, how about you go talk to them? You got more influence than I do. Get it done. Let's move on to morning soundbites this morning. Who was it? Told me they watched Star is Born this weekend. You know, I saw the one with Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand. I don't need to see a another version of the same movie where he drinks halfway, nearby all the way through. I get tired of watching a drunk, in other words, or a drug addict. But if you were moved by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's Oscar performance last night, if you watched them, did you? No. Well, the question would be, did you cry? No. But here's the solution.
After Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's performance of Shallow at the Academy Awards, Kleenex introduces A Star Is Born Tissues. Wipe your tears.
In the shadows.
Or anything else from such an intimate performance.
In the shadows.
A Star Is Born Tissues.
In the shadows.
Now available next to A Star Is Born books, calendars, magazines, and DVDs at all Walmarts.
All right, breaking news coming in here.
This is breaking news.
New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft solicited a prostitute and has been charged with illegally trying to score in the red zone.
This has been breaking news.
And with that breaking news, the New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, facing now charges of soliciting a prostitute twice at the Orchid of Asian Day Spa, massage parlor in Juniper, Florida. And this naughty billionaire is using the situation to make even more money.
Here at Robert Kraft's Orchids of New England Day Spa, your massage will always be the GOAT. Our masseuses are like Tom Brady. They're not afraid to put their hands under center. All the ladies are handpicked from all over South Florida by New England Patriots owner and 6-time Super Bowl champion Robert Kraft. He puts them through a rigorous training program to guarantee your satisfaction, as well as his. These girls have better hands than Julian Edelman, and some of them even have less facial hair. And Robert Kraft's Orchids of New England Day Spa is just like the Pats in the Super Bowl. 6 out of 10 times, your massage will result in a happy ending. All month long, get the Patriot Pat Down Special. Buy 2 massages and receive a complimentary keepsake video of your experience. Robert Kraft's Orchids of New England Day Spa, where your pleasure is his pleasure. Go Pats!
Well, 2 dogs in Minnesota called 911 not once but 16 times in one day last week. Their owner was gone. He left their cell phone in emergency call mode. So they must have been hitting it with their paws or biting on it. One was a little Papillon and the other was a medium-sized hound.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Hello? Hello, 911?
The life of a 911 operator. Naked guy broke into an old lady's house in Georgia this month. He picked the wrong grandma because she came a-packing. She grabbed 2 guns, not 1 but 2, and fired warning shot, tried to be nice. Then the cops showed up and arrested him. She recently cursed through an interview when she talked to the reporter about the break-in.
Something hit that door. Bam! He didn't have no pants on. Mother, if you come in here, you're a dead son of a. That's a promise. He said, are you trying to kill me? I said, oh, you finally got the message. I don't know what his intention was, but I know what mine was.
You get him, Grandma. You get him. Pastor in Iowa has been charged with chasing his daughter in a car on Friday morning and shooting her. Here's the local police explaining that. No, there were not too many cops on the scene, considering there was a person driving and shooting in public.
This is one of those stories when you start hearing the details, your jaw kind of drops.
6th and Holcomb. We're still trying to get further for some shots. Caller says that someone was shooting at her car.
Like, this is a complete joke. There's this many police officers. There's actually more police officers than this.
chasing another car through our streets and firing a gun isn't just family business that we can ignore. I mean, these are public safety issues that involve anybody else who's in the area at the time. There are certain professions that we expect a higher standard of behavior out of, and whether it's a teacher, a pastor, or a police officer, there's just expectations that you're not going to do silly things like this.
You think? Yeah, they are held to a higher standard, and they should be. This next one is not all that dramatic. It just goes to show that these kids today, when they're videotaping every second of their life, always playing to the camera. This is about a girl who takes a tumble during a selfie on a bathtub. This probably happens all the time since it's a selfie fail. But we just don't see the results. This time we do. And the girl was standing on the edge of her bathtub for a selfie and trying to get her whole outfit in the picture. But she slipped, tried to grab the shower rod and ate it. But she laughs all the way through it because, by golly, that phone is still recording. Want to get it on there for YouTube.
Shreddy, all right? Yeah. I'm okay.
Okay, now let's get loaded up. Let's put it up there for the world to see. They're working on technology. This is absolutely true, folks. I'm not jerking your leg here. They're working on technology that one day you'll be able to tell. They'll be able to tell you everything about the chicken you're about to eat. It's true. You'll be able to, show you the from the time they hacked out of that shell all the way to pecking that food off for their whole life and how they lived before you consume them. Let's see. It's like where it's from, what it ate, how much it exercised, and it got. Here's a scene from Portlandia, where Fred Armisen wants to know more about Colin the chicken at a restaurant.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
My name is Dana. I'll be taking care of you today. If you have any questions about the menu, please let me know.
I guess I do have a question about the chicken, if you could just tell us a little bit more about it.
The chicken is a heritage breed, woodland-raised chicken that's been fed a diet of sheep's milk, soy, and hazelnuts.
Okay, this is local?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to ask you just one more time, and it's local.
It is.
Is that USDA organic or Oregon organic or Portland organic?
It's just all across the board organic.
The hazelnuts, these are local?
How big is the area where the chickens are able to roam free?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I have exactly the same question.
4 acres. So here is the chicken you'll be enjoying tonight.
You have this information. This is fantastic.
Absolutely. His name was Colin. Here are his papers, okay?
That's great. He looks like a happy little guy who runs around. A lot of friends, other chickens as friends. Putting his little wing around another one and kind of like palling around.
I don't know that I can speak to that level of intimate knowledge about him. They do a lot to make sure that their chickens are very happy.
When you say they, I mean, who are these people raising Colin?
It's a farm that's located about 30 miles south of Portland.
Tell you what, we're going to go check it out if you don't mind. Just if you could hold our seats.
Oh, now?
Yeah, I won't be right back. Just want to make sure
Okay. Thank you so much, Dana.
Sure.
This is why we charge $60 for our chicken, so we can give you this biography of them. Well, I guess first of all, when you're transporting drugs, you don't want to stick out. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to go too slow. Police stopped a truck in Pennsylvania last week going 40 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone and found 500 pounds of marijuana in it. Kind of reminds you of that scene from Black Sheep where Chris Farley gets pulled over for only going 7 miles an hour.
How you doing, buddy?
Tell me, officer, do you have any idea how fast you were going?
Well, I got a 426 Hemi in her. 3/4 cams, nitro boosters. I can get her up to as good as 155. Never do, though, of course, unless I'm chasing a cute chick in a Ferrari. I guess I was going about 65, tops.
7 miles an hour. I don't know how you do things up in Buckleytown, but down here we are protective of the other drivers on the roads.
Roads.
Go.
An alligator snagged a golf ball out of the air during an amateur tournament in Florida last weekend. And those little pesky alligators and always going after something. But out of the air? Good catch there, alligator. Remember that they had a big scene about this from Happy Gilmore where he just had a belly full of alligators eating his balls.
Give me my ball! Give it here! Pop it up, you dirty bastard! I swear to God, I'll rip it out of you! Give me the ball, alligator. Ah! You've got one eye. Chubbs, you took his hand. Baby!
Well, the new trend in weddings photos. Do you know what it is? That's when everybody goes, it blows out their vaping. So they create a big cloud of vape vapors. Here's a scene from Family Guy where Peter vapes for the first time.
Hey guys, you want to have a smoke break?
What? We can't smoke inside.
It's not smoking, it's vaping. Everyone's doing it. Come on, Peter, give it a shot.
What happened? All of a sudden, I feel like I know better than everyone else.
You know, these things came on the scene right about the time I quit smoking. And so I'm no expert on vaping. I've never vaped. But it seems like they would be a lot more addictive because they're so convenient and they don't have the smell of the smoke. And so kids can sit there and vape on them and not have to go outside to do it or anything else. They can just do it and nobody can smell it. At least I can't. I burn my nostrils out with smoking for too long. But boy, can I smell a cigarette. Phew. If somebody smokes a cigarette in a spot and I come through it an hour later, I can tell it. And I go, how could I have ever stuck that stinky crap in my lungs for so long? And you don't realize how it's all over your house because you don't smell it. But everybody else does. But anyway, vaping just seems like it'd just be too addictive because it does contain the nicotine, which is the addictive drug. And I would dare say it's just as tough to get off of nicotine as it is heroin or methamphetamines or anything else. Alcohol is just as addictive. It's just that they think, oh, I'm not hurting anybody around me by vaping this. I wonder if secondhand vape has an effect on you. Because when they blow it out, the nicotine's all in the air now. Just doesn't have the smell of the tobacco. From my good news category this morning, an 86-year-old guy in Phoenix recently bought a VCR on eBay and then sent a handwritten thank you note to the guy who sold it to him. The seller's name is Matt Shortscree. Shortscrees look like how it's pronounced. Anyway, they say he and his girlfriend almost cried reading the letter.
It caught my eye because it had a handwritten address on the outside. And we read it together and we're both just on the verge of tears reading it. I watched tapes of my retirement party from 25 years ago, which I had never seen before. Geez, were we young. Then a tape of my wedding with all the family and friends, many of which are no longer around. Then skiing trips, kids growing up, travels, and most importantly, the gentle maturing of my family. Each one more fun than the last, all thanks to your generous selling of the VHS player. I thought you would appreciate how much someone has enjoyed your offer. Best regards, Don. I'm going to have it framed and keep it next to my desk here in my house just because it means a lot to me. I'm also going to offer to digitize his videos for him so he doesn't have to worry about those tapes degrading.
There you go. That's a great gesture there. Digitize the tapes for him. But I don't have a computer. Another good. Let's do another one. You like that one so much? A woman in Arkansas recently talked to a homeless guy who hadn't seen his family in about a decade. I didn't know where they were. Her husband is a cop. He helped track them down. And they both recently drove the guy 600 miles to Illinois so he could reunite with them.
Downtown, we have quite a few homeless people. My husband also, sees them on a regular basis when he's driving on duty. And there was one in particular, James. I just one day decided to ask him, why are you homeless, James? And he informed me that he couldn't find his family. He didn't know how to find them, and he didn't know where to look. He had no resources. Looking up names, trying to find information. My husband was able to come up with some phone numbers. One, a young lady answered, and I said, my name is Dawn. I'm calling from Little Rock. Calling regards to your uncle, and she goes, he's dead, isn't he? No, he's alive and well, and he's been looking for you all. He's homeless. And we let him talk with his family that night at 1:30 in the morning. We showered him. We told him to go in, take your shower, take as long as you want. It was the first time he had had a shower in 15 years. And we left out at 3 o'clock for Illinois.
Here's a man that needed help. And here we were, me and my wife, were able to help him and reunite him with his family. That's all that matters.
Well, let's hope his family can help him get straightened out there. Well, it's Monday. We got to have our motivational speech for the week here.
Motivational Monday.
Motivational Monday. When there is darkness, dare to be the first to shine a light. When there is injustice, dare to be the first to condemn it. When something seems difficult, dare to do it anyway. When there seems to be no hope, dare to find some. When times are tough, dare to be tougher. When love hurts you, dare to love again. When someone is hurting, dare to help them heal. When another is lost, dare to help them find the way. Dare to be the best you can at all times. Dare to be.
Motivational Monday.
All righty. The Oscars. Oh, my gosh. I forgot all about them last night. I'm so devastated. How will I ever get it through this week knowing I missed all those dresses and diamonds and self-centered speeches like Maya Rudolph, the no-talented actress from SNL, who said Mexico's not paying for the wall, but she's too stupid to realize we're renegotiating NAFTA so they can. Idiot. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and Maya came out on stage to be the first presenters last night. Of course, they had to work in their first jab of the night on Trump.
Good evening and welcome to the 1 millionth Academy Awards. We are not your hosts, but we're going to stand here a little too long so that the people who get USA Today tomorrow will think that we hosted. That's right, and we won't be doing awards during the commercials, but we will be presenting commercials during the awards. So if all the winners could please say Hellman's Mayonnaise, we're on the side of food, instead of your speeches, that would be great. Again, we are not your hosts this year, but if we had hosted, it probably would have gone like this.
Hey, Chadwick Boseman, what kind of plans you got later?
These Spanx are so tight, they've entered my Spider-Verse.
I'm Sam Elliott from Sam Elliott Mustache Wax.
Roma's on Netflix. What's next? My microwave makes a movie.
And don't worry, Bradley. After 4 kids, I too have peed myself at the Grammys.
From the Fire Festival.
Well, that was just so entertaining. Glad I missed it. Yeah, Maya later said, and Mexico's not paying for the wall because she's of Mexican descent. She knows everything. Yeah. Let's see here. There's a care. Here's your summary, wrapped up in 47 seconds, what took them 4.5 hours.
For outstanding supporting actress.
And the Oscar goes to Regina King.
For performance by an actor in a supporting role.
And the Oscar goes to Mahershala Ali
for original screenplay. Nick
Vallelonga, Brian Curry, and Peter Farrelly for Green Book.
For best original song.
Lady Gaga, Mark Ronson, Anthony Raccomando, and Andrew Wyatt.
For performance by an actor in a leading role. Rami Malek.
For performance by an actress in a leading role.
Olivia Colman.
For achievement in directing. Alfonso Cuarón.
For Best Picture. Green Book.
Okay. We saved you 4.5 hours of crap and packed it into 47 seconds. And, of course, you had to go with the foreign film to show that they have culture and taste and all those things for the Best Picture, because we're the Academy and we know everything. It is 8 o'clock.
Good Monday morning. Grab your sunglasses. The sunshine back out and shining bright today. Some much-needed sun will help to warm us back into the mid-50s to 60 degrees this afternoon. We will stay breezy today with winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour out of the northwest. By tonight, winds die down, but we're clear and cold tonight with lows in the low to mid-30s. Another beautiful day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and mild temperatures climbing into the upper 50s to lower 60s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. President Trump says he's going to hold off for now on raising tariffs on Chinese imports, citing substantial progress in weekend talks between the two countries.
President Trump had been signaling flexibility on the tariff deadline date. His Sunday announcement makes that news official. Financial analyst Hillary Kramer says that Wall Street should take this news in stride.
The expectation is that both parties are trying to come to terms, and sometimes it can take a few tries at the table and some extended deadlines.
Hillary Kramer edits the financial newsletter Game Changers in cooperation with Salem Media. Mr. Trump says that if the negotiations progress, he will meet with China's president at his Florida resort to finalize an agreement. George Bonzani reporting.
The United States is planning new ways to pressure Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to give up power. Today, Vice President Mike Pence travels to the Colombian capital to meet with members of a regional coalition and Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido. Some economists are predicting a 2020 recession, as we hear from correspondent Ken Lormond.
Roughly half of the nation's business economists say they think the U.S. economy will slip into recession by the end of next year, and 3/4 envision such a downturn beginning by the end of 2021. The finding comes from the latest survey by the National Association for Business Economics of its member economists. Just 10% of them say they foresee a recession beginning this year.
President Trump leaves for Hanoi, Vietnam today. That's the site of this week's summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. President Trump going after director Spike Lee, who used his Oscar acceptance speech to urge mobilization for the 2020 election. In a tweet this morning, he said Lee did a racist hit on your president, claiming he's done more for more African Americans. More at townhall.com.
Hi, this is Alexander Green, Chief Investment Strategist for the Oxford Club. Just for a moment, I'd like you to picture the perfect stock. No doubt it would have hundreds of billions in revenue, more than IBM, Facebook, and Google. It would probably be a leader in cutting-edge technology like smartphones and robotics. It would be on the verge of dozens of blockbuster announcements. But most of all, it would be ultra cheap, trading at less than $3 a share. Now, it may seem crazy that such a stock exists, but it does. It's a cutting-edge tech company that is making made deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars with Nokia, Microsoft, and Cisco, and a $29.2 billion deal with Apple. It's set to create 50,000 new jobs right here in America, and Donald Trump even calls it the eighth wonder of the world. Yet you've likely never even heard of the stock. Why? Because it trades under a secret name. To find out why the secret $3 stock can help you retire, simply go to onestockretirement.com. That's onestockretirement.com.
It's another day of high winds in parts of the nation's eastern half.
A wind speed of 74 miles per hour, that's hurricane strength, was reported last night in Tucker County, West Virginia, while a speed of 61 miles per hour was recorded at Pittsburgh's airport. In Sandusky, Ohio, a motorist captured video of a tractor-trailer flipping over on a bridge. And in New York City, sidewalk food carts have been rocking back and forth from early morning gusts. Wind advisories and warnings remain in effect through today for much of the mid-Atlantic and Northeast. I'm Matt Small.
In San Francisco today, a federal trial is set to begin that will decide whether Roundup weed killer caused a California man's cancer. A 70-year-old man is the second plaintiff to go to trial of thousands around the country who claim Roundup causes cancer. The maker points to studies showing the product is safe. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston. Hawaiian Airlines wants to more than double its daily service from Tokyo's Haneda Airport to Hawaii.
The airline applied to the U.S. Department of Transportation for 3 of 12 Haneda slots being made available to U.S. carriers. If selected, Hawaiian plans to begin the new flights in about a year. The airline estimates the additional flights would bring about 85,000 new visitors to the state. Hawaiian began flying from Haneda to Honolulu in 2010 and added a second daily service in 2016, which flies nonstop to Honolulu 4 days a week and nonstop to Kailua, Kona 3 days a week. Of the two major airports to serve Tokyo, Haneda is closer to many parts of Japan's capital city than the alternative, Narita International. Ron DeRockstra reporting.
At the Supreme Court this week, justices will hear arguments in a case involving a cross-shaped war memorial in Maryland that has been ruled unconstitutional. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Thank you, Moore County, for voting the Plumbing Night Best in the Pines for the second year in a row. At the Plumbing Night, we know this kind of award doesn't happen by accident. It results from a team who believes in and adheres to our company maxim of extraordinary service and integrity. It takes dedication and innovation in the form of professionally trained technicians, rolling warehouses, and the longest warranty in the industry, 5 years, as well as true 24/7 emergency service. For most of us, our home is our biggest investment, and maintaining the plumbing system, while essential, can be a big expense. So when you need a plumber, you want one who is trained weekly, shows up on time, always gives upfront pricing, and gets the job done right the first time. You want the Plumbing Night. Our knowledgeable plumbers are drug-tested and mother-approved. Thanks again, Moore County, for voting the Plumbing Night the best plumber for the second year running. We are thankful and blessed that you put your confidence in us.
I really don't know anything about insurance except that I need it. I wasn't even sure I had the best coverage for my money. Was I glad I found FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group in Southern Pines. They did a search among about 36 different companies and found just what I needed. You know, if you haven't taken a look at your insurance in a while, maybe it's a good time to call FCIG, First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303. 910-692-8303.
Serving more people, more places, 24/7. If your AC breaks down, we'll restore your indoor heaven. Installation or repair, one call will be there. It's your family, don't delay. Comfort's just a call away. We're Comfort Services. Comfort Services.
You've heard the comment, save your energy. Well, Comfort Services can save your energy bill and make your home more comfortable. Specializing in installation, HVAC, and comprehensive air quality services. Locally owned since 2003, Comfort Services is nationally certified and a Carrier Energy Expert dealer with highly qualified technicians. Go to ComfortServicesInc.com or call 910-695-2665 on Highway 5 next to Habitat in Aberdeen. 910-695-2665.
Comfort's just a call away. Comfort Services.
Aaron Cooper here with Cooper Ford, your only locally owned Ford dealership in Moore County. 2018 was a phenomenal year, and we're off to a great start in 19. With 0% available on select models and discounts as much as $15,000, now is a great time to come see us at Cooper Ford and experience for yourself the difference a family-owned dealership can make. Straightforward pricing without all the hassle. I'm Aaron Cooper, and I want to know you by name and show you how car buying should be. Please come visit us in historic Carthage or visit us on the web at cooperford.net. We're working hard to be your hometown dealer.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Financial markets this morning have been boosted by President Trump's decision to put off a tariff hike on Chinese imports.
Stocks up most sharply in China, of course, with new optimism that the president's gesture has brought the two countries closer to a trade deal and away from a brewing trade war. But Asia expert Gordon Chang is skeptical.
Unfortunately, the Chinese don't reciprocate gestures of friendship, and worse, the Chinese don't honor trade deals.
And China, so far, has been reluctant to accept any enforcement mechanisms to ensure it lives up to its side of any bargain. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
On Sunday, some of western North Carolina's major roadways were still a mess. A stretch of I-40 remains closed in Haywood County after a rock slide in Jackson and Swain counties reported more trouble on Sunday when ground gave way and blocked one side of Highway 74. NCDOT spokesman David Uchiyama tells WLOS News this slide is not the same as others.
A lot of the slides that NCDOT has been working with all across western North Carolina this time of year have been the direct result of a lot of rain.
While windy weather whooshes across the country, says CBS News correspondent Mark Liverland.
More than 100 car pileup in Wisconsin left at least one person dead. Just one tragic story emerging from destructive weather that moved through the Midwest this weekend and is headed toward the Northeast. The Northeast will be faced with high winds through today. Upstate New York could face wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour.
Last night marked the 91st Academy Awards, with top honors going to the film Green Book, along with Rami Malek and Olivia Colman for their performances in Bohemian Rhapsody and The Favorite. Fandango's Harry Medved was there.
Talking to millennials who watch the show, and you look at film Twitter, people like the fact that there were no hosts. I think people are tired of the celebrity banter. They just got right to it.
Two teenagers charged in a double murder are expected to take the stand this morning and appear before a judge in Greenville. You're listening to NCN News.
Hockey fans, Caniacs, and other cool people, have you ever tried a Cane Fam value pack? They're a great way for you and your fam, that could be family or co-workers or buddies, to catch a Carolina Hurricanes home game with 4 or more bundled discounted tickets that also come with a $10 per ticket PNC Arena food and beverage credit. This special offer is available March 1st against the Blues, March 23rd against the Wild, and April 4th against the Devils. Learn more today at hurricanes.com/fampacks.
Who is the North Carolina High School Athletic Association?
We are over 200,000 student athletes.
We are dedicated educators, coaches, and mentors.
We're your neighbors and friends that put on the striped shirts and officiate the games you love every week.
We are 417-member high schools from small towns and big cities, anywhere from Murphy to Manteo.
We are making a difference and building leaders of communities for the next generation.
Who are we?
We are high school.
We are the NCHSAA.
Governor Roy Cooper is ready to share his agenda to a North Carolina legislature that became more Democratic after November's election results and to the public. Cooper is delivering his biennial State of the State address this evening in Raleigh. This morning, former Governor Pat McCrory will share his personal status on a new election in North Carolina's 9th Congressional District. On Sunday, McCrory wrote on Twitter, "Much has changed over the past week. I have received an enormous number of calls about it." In early January, McCrory wasn't ready to declare whether his future would include another bid for office.
I want to go through a thorough examination with my family and my friends and supporters on whether or not I should re-entry into politics in 2020 or 2022. And I'm going to do that very deliberately. And I'm going to do that with a sense of maturity and wisdom.
A new round of peace talks with the Taliban is getting underway amid signs there may be progress. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick.
These talks between the U.S. and Taliban are taking place in Qatar. The last round produced a draft framework. The U.S. envoy tweeted, "This could be a significant moment," and now the work begins in earnest. The Taliban continues to insist the U.S. withdraw from Afghanistan. The U.S. wants the Taliban to negotiate with the government in Kabul, something it's refused to do. Those issues have derailed talks in the past.
A three-time Grammy winner has spent 3 nights behind bars.
Today is going to be a big day for R. Kelly and his attorney. A judge will be assigned to his criminal trial. His attorney says that the singer is hoping to post 10% of his $1 million bail to get out of jail today.
His spirits are good considering everything. This all happened on Friday. He wasn't really prepared. He was surprised. Then Saturday, by the time we went to Moncourt, banks were closed.
Attorney Steve Greenberg says R. Kelly is being held in a separate cell in the jail's hospital, not for anything medical or psychological, but for safety reasons.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Good Monday morning. Hold on to your hats. Another breezy day in the forecast today with winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour, but we will get to hold on to our sunshine to start the work week. Highs climb into the mid-50s to 60 degrees today. It should be a beautiful afternoon. Tonight we're clear and cold with lows falling back into the low to mid-30s. For tomorrow, sunshine and milder temperatures returning with highs in the upper 50s to lower 60s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we're up to sunny skies and 42 degrees. Humidity 40%. Dew point at 19. Pressure 30-24. Winds west at 7. Visibility 10 statute miles. 8:13. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday morning. Let's see. An adult female accident victim was injured after an SUV struck a pine tree on Midland Road last night. Emergency responders were dispatched around 11 p.m. to Midland Road in the area of Tullamore Drive for the vehicle accident. The first arriving emergency vehicles to reach the scene reported a vehicle with heavy damage and the driver still inside the SUV. According to Southern Pines Fire Chief Mike Cameron, the woman was temporarily entrapped in the Toyota 4Runner while firefighters used specialized rescue equipment to open the driver's door and assist her from the vehicle. The injured driver was then transported by ambulance to First Health Moore Regional. No word on her condition. A Sanford man is behind bars after being accused of sexually assaulting a child in Cameron. Arnold Travis Clark, 54, arrested Thursday, according to a news release from the Moore County Sheriff's Office. He's charged with multiple felonies. The victim knew the alleged suspect, and as a result of the investigation that followed, a warrant for arrest was obtained in the case. Clark was placed in the detention center under a $1 million secured bond. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning. But stand by. Here comes all your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:15.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. College hoops on Sunday. Markel Johnson had 25 points to help NC State beat Wake Forest 94-74. Jericho Hollums added 14 points off the bench for the Wolfpack, who avenged last month's loss that came with Johnson sidelined by an injury. NC State head coach Kevin Keats afterward.
You know, it was one of those games where we were able to get out in transition because we rebounded the basketball. I thought we shared the basketball. We made shots. We played pretty good in the last 3 games at home where teams zoned us. Obviously, we can talk about Syracuse and Boston College and now Wake Forest. So happy for our guys, and it's better to have a week off with a win opposed to a loss. And so now we got to take a couple days off and then try to stay sharp and get ready for our next opponent, which is Florida State.
Demon Deacons freshman Jalen Horde had 17 points to lead Wake Forest. Before the game, NC State honored former Wolfpack star TJ Warren. His jersey raised to the rafters at PNC Arena in a pregame ceremony. Warren was drafted by the Phoenix Suns in 2014 following a 2-year stint at State that ended with the All-American earning 2014 ACC Player of the Year honors. Other North Carolina programs in play on Sunday. UNC Greensboro eked past East Tennessee State 60-59. Finals last night involving teams in the top 25, and they were both upsets. Number 10, Michigan State topping 7th-ranked Michigan 77-70 in their rivalry. Xavier upset number 17 Villanova 66-54. A flu bug almost prevented him from competing, but Brad Keselowski received intravenous fluids in the track's infield medical center and recovered in time to win Sunday's NASCAR Cup race at Atlanta Motor Speedway ahead of Martin Truex Jr. The runner-up said lapped cars prevented him from catching Keselowski late.
We clearly had the best car and we're in position to win. You know, it's just guys a lap down have to have a little bit more respect than that.
Kurt Busch finished 3rd. This is NCN Sports.
State lawmakers are cranking up a new legislative session. Everything's on the table. The budget, education, transportation, regulation. What are they doing, and how is it affecting you, your family, your business, your wallet? Carolina Journal helps you find answers. Available each month as a free newspaper. Every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
Women's basketball Sunday, Kiara Leslie scored 21 points and made the go-ahead jumper with just under 38 seconds left to help number 9 North Carolina State beat Carolina 74-69. Leslie helped the Wolfpack hold on after they lost an 11-point lead after halftime. Dustin Johnson closed with a 5-under-66 for a 5-shot win over Rory McIlroy in PGA's Mexico Championship. Johnson struggled early and caught a good break from behind a tree on the 5th hole. He escaped potential trouble when he was given free relief behind a tree because the heel of his shoe was on the cart path. Free agent first baseman Hanley Ramirez has agreed to sign a minor league contract with the Indians. The 35-year-old former NL Rookie of the Year and 3-time All-Star will sign with the 3-time defending AL Central champions and join them in camp once he passes a physical. Josh, Zach, NCN Sports.
Being overweight is the #1 health problem in America today. It leads to so many avoidable health issues. If you have a weight problem and finally want to do something about it, then do what I did and participate in the Transforming You Weight Loss Program, offered by Dr. Sharon Wright at Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes. It's a customized, physician-assisted program based on your body type and your goals. A healthier, more vibrant, spirited, and slimmer you emerges. Now, I lost 25 pounds in the first month and 50 pounds to date. That keeps me motivated. Now, the program is easy to follow. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and if I can do it, you can do it. Give Dr. Wright a call and set up your no-charge consultation about the Transforming You Weight Loss Program at 910-673-2225. That's Wright Chiropractic at 673-2225.
7 days a week, we're on the job. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals. Fast, friendly, quality service. You know we can do it all. We can do it all. Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. Sean Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
At John Cole Plumbing, plumbing is what they do. That's why they are plumbing professionals. Plumbing all day, every day, with quality, honest service for you. Don't just call a plumber, call a professional. 910-639-4933. 639-4933.
Don't just call a plumber. Call a professional. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
You already know about Little Dino's great subs, but did you know they make some of the very best pizza as well? But if subs are your preference, then you won't find more choices anywhere else. That's why Little Dino's motto is, more choices, more flavor. And it's true. At Little Dino's, you'll always eat fresh. But unlike some national chains, their staff isn't fresh. So get off the chain gang and come into Little Dino's for more choices, more flavor, and friendly service. Little Dino's, located in Olmsted Village Shopping Center off 211 in Pinehurst.
Lawrence County Home Builders Association presents the 2019 Spring Home and Garden Expo, Friday, March 1st through Sunday the 3rd at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Over 40 exhibitors to help you find anything you need to create a better home, from building a new custom home or home maintenance or landscaping. Go online to ticketmesandhills.com and scroll down to the home show information with tickets starting at $8. Tickets at the door are $7. Children 12 and under are free, and Sunday, active military and first responders are free. The 2019 Spring Home and Garden Expo, Friday, March 1st through Sunday the 3rd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Sponsored by Builder's First Choice, The Pilot, Pinehurst Toyota, Hyundai, and Southern Pines Nissan and Kia. And by Pinehurst Homes, Daniel Adams Construction and Monkey Bars, and BB&T Home Mortgage. For more info, go to mchba.com or MCHBA Facebook page.
We're talking with Howard Hoke of Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services. Many homes and businesses in Moore County have stone or dirt driveways. Howard, what would you recommend for an upgrade?
I would definitely go with asphalt. It gives you a beautifully paved driveway that will last for years to come and is easily maintained.
But what if you just wanted to improve an existing driveway?
At Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services, we offer asphalt patching, crack filling, seal coat, striping, excavation, and drainage for both residential and commercial customers. We come to your property and assess your needs. Estimates are free. No job is too big or too small.
So go online to slcontractingllc.com or to the Facebook page to see the customer reviews. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt at 910-673-1318. Open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5. 910-673-1318.
In addition to traditional HVAC services, Carolina Air in Carthage is a leader in smart home technology. Carolina Air has been selected by Google Nest to be one of 4 dealers in the state to be a Nest Home Pro installer. Go to YouTube and enter Google Nest and see the newest technologies in thermostats, alarm systems, video doorbells, and other products. Only at Carolina Air on 15501 in Carthage. Call 910-984-2232. 910-984-2232.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I'd like to tell you about a time I got embarrassed, real embarrassed, and I did it to myself. I was over at the house of a couple we know, and the husband, David, and I were setting up their new big screen TV. There was a space just perfect for it in their entertainment center. The problem was there was not much room behind it to hook up all the wires. Well, no matter. I was there. I could do it. While David went into the other room for just a minute, I stuck my head back behind the whole setup to solve the problem. You know what I did? I got my head stuck. Now, my fear of getting killed is way up there, but my fear of looking like a fool while I'm getting killed is beyond the death fair, way out of sight. So let's see. Don't want to look like a fool? Been over at the waist in the middle of the living room with my head stuck behind a television? Doesn't get much worse than that, does it? Yep, it does. At that exact moment, the doorbell rang and the neighbor came over. Once I figured out the neighbor was not going to leave, I had to utter the following sentence. Hey, David and neighbor I've never met, my head is stuck behind the TV. Well, I guess that's kind of all you need to know about that situation. I obviously got out. Sometimes we pursue things so far we lose track of our way, and we get our head stuck way up someone's, well, whatever. You can't lose sight of your goals, even though I do sometimes, even in the Zumwalt Zone.
Good Monday morning. Grab your sunglasses. The sunshine back out and shining bright today. Some much-needed sun will help to warm us back into the mid-50s to 60 degrees this afternoon. We will stay breezy today with winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour out of the northwest. By tonight, winds die down, but we're clearing cold tonight with lows in the low to mid-30s. Another beautiful day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and mild temperatures climbing into the upper 50s to lower 60s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the leader man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
What day is it?
Monday.
Monday.
It's Monday.
Monday? Oh, Monday! Thank gosh it's Monday. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here.
And I'm glad to be here.
So let's do this thing.
Let's do this!
What things?
What things?
What things?
You know.
Start
the day off right.
Now that sounds like a lot of fun.
All right, y'all. It's showtime.
We shall run across the sky.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams. Joining us this half hour is going to be retired Colonel Jeff Drummond from the Marines. And don't forget this program being seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available to you right now at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link is. If you're on your mobile device, YouTube app will get you there. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man into the search. Now, if you're just looking audio, it requires a different kind of search. You do it on other platforms like TuneIn, iTunes, StreamUp. You can go with Alexa. Just put WEEB into the search. With Alexa, you have to tell her to go to the WEEB radio station, play the stream. She's a little more complicated, but she's a woman. You got to keep that in mind. Anyway, it'll all get done for you if you're on our website at talk973.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has a little icon that says Listen Live. Tap it once, you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. It's going to be sunny today, very nice, high of 70. My ideal weather. And maybe a little breezy too. Winds will be gusting up to 25 miles an hour. And tonight, clear, low of 31. Tomorrow, more sunshine, 65. Now you're getting too warm for me. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, 43. And then the word rain re-enters the forecast for Wednesday through Saturday. Chance of rain throughout the period. But highs basically around the, upper 50s to 60 degree mark pretty much through the whole time. Over the weekend, more rain Saturday, but Sunday, mostly Sunday with a high of 54. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are west of 7, visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure 30-24, dew point 19. Humidity at 40%. It's sunny and 42 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. All right, it is 8:29 past the hour on this Monday. And did you know that it was, let's see, how many years ago? Well, let's just play, I know what we'll do. Since I'm trying to say 4 things at one time, I'll let the singers and announcers say it for me there.
And now it's time for Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Or BS.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
All right, time for a round of Yes or BS, where we'll give Jeff a statement and he'll decide yes is true or no is total BS. The topic is George Harrison. Let me get your mic on. George Harrison with the Beatles. He was born this day, February 25th, in 1943. Let's see. So he's 76 today. All right. These are all based on Beatles and things like that. All right. Yep. George was the youngest of the Beatles. No. Wait. Before you answer, let me get my world-famous buzzer out in case we need it here.
You probably will. I'm not a Beatles fan, so. But no, he wasn't.
But you were around during their era.
Well, sure, I know enough of their music, but no, he wasn't the youngest.
Well, yes, he was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know who the oldest was?
Probably Ringo.
Mm-hmm. Ringo was the oldest, born July 7th, 1940. John was born about 3 months later. Paul was born in 1942, and George was born in 1943. When the Beatles broke up, all 4 of them were still in their 20s.
False.
Yes, they were. They split up on September of
69.
And announced it about 6 months later.
Yeah.
Even by then, Ringo and John are still 29, Paul 27, George was 27. Didn't matter. They were so stinking rich they wouldn't. George was the last Beatle to release his first solo album after they split up. It took him almost 6 years.
That I have no clue. True.
You got a 50 50 shot.
True.
You guessed wrong. And let's see, he was the first one to put out a solo album, All Things Must Pass, in 1970. He started recording it about a month later. They announced the breakup. All right, John and Paul were in the room when George lost his virginity.
We're in the room.
Mm-hmm.
False.
It's true. He was 17. They were in Germany for a gig and were sleeping in bunk beds. Their original drummer, Pete Best, was also there. All right, your last question. You've already failed the exam.
Well, hey, I'm not a Beatles guy.
George was the first member of the Beatles to perform in America.
The first member to perform in America. Solo? True.
It's true. The Beatles played their first show in February of '64, but 5 months before that, George came to see his sister in Benton, Illinois, about 100 miles southeast of St. Louis. While he was there, he went to a show at a local VFW and jumped in to play a set with a band called Four Bests.
Okay. There's some trivia for you.
Yeah. Well, too much trivia for me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going back to bed now.
Did you watch the Oscars last night?
No, I did not. No. Yeah, sorry.
Can't believe that. All the wisdom of Hollywood coming your way. You weren't there to listen to it?
No, I think I was hammering my thumb somewhere.
Something more exciting?
Under the house, yeah, that's right. At 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Well, all the stuck-ups walking down the carpet in gowns they didn't pay for with all the jewelry they didn't pay for. True. So they can go on eat television and say, this is Louis Vuitton. And these are Chanel, whatever. Anyway.
It's what you call a self-licking ice cream cone.
Yes, it was. Well, Vice won the Oscar for the best hair and makeup last night. Oh, boy. And 3 people who accepted gave what some are calling the worst speech ever. It's because they were all trying to read from the same notes and couldn't keep track of who read what. Here's a little bit of torture for you. I probably won't play the whole thing here.
For achievement in makeup and hairstyling.
Greg Canham, Kate Bisco, and Patricia Dehaney for Vice.
Thank you, Adam Perna, our great director, Adam McKay, Christian Bale. What a... Oh, you're here. Go ahead.
Let's hear. Let's read that.
No, I already did.
Oh,
go ahead.
Plan B, Gary Sanchez.
The voting Academy members and our fellow nominees from the UK and Sweden. Thank you.
Christian Bale, you're fantastic. You're so great to work with and create with and everything. Thank you.
Amy Adams, thank you for bringing us up to your...
That's enough of that garbage. Yeah, one of the things I noticed from playing what we played last hour was when the presenters opened the envelope, pulled out the winner's name, and they tried to both say it in unison together. Oh, yeah. They were so out of sync with each other. You went, who?
Yeah.
Who?
I heard you with one of those earlier today.
Yeah.
This morning.
Queen opened last night with... minus the lead singer. Anyway, gotta be careful, otherwise YouTube will grab it and say, "Oh, you're playing copyrighted material. You can't have that." Let's see. Mike Myers and Dana Carvey did some Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World when they introduced Bohemian Rhapsody as the Best Picture nominee. Obviously, the sing-along scene from the car from Wayne's World is one of the reasons everyone knows the song Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think I'm gonna hurl. Don't hurl, because if you honk, I'll spew. And if you spew, I'll blow chunks. so I shall not hurl.
Good call, good call.
Okay, I'm just rolling in the owl here.
Yeah, that's...
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I never saw Wayne's World. Just clips.
You didn't?
No, I never watched it.
You deployed way too long
I was
ago.
probably busy, yeah. That's right.
That's about everything. More than everything we need to know about the Oscars. Just like I got a whole bunch of clips here. It's just more than I need to do. All right, we'll move on. Where are we? Okay, let me get the rim shots handled, and then we'll go from there. I'm so behind this morning. Funny. Came in and I switched the switcher to the wrong studio, and then I had nothing on the air, and I couldn't. I went, why is nothing on the air? All my needles are moving. Everything's set correctly. What is wrong? And I said, well, back up. Let's start at the beginning where it all starts. And went back to the switcher and went, oh, that's what's wrong. It's on the studio that's not on the air right now. So we got that handled, and after about 2 minutes of dead air, as we call it, another performance from Marcel Marceau. Always entertaining guy to have around. All right, let's do our rim shots this morning. Some of these are pretty good. Maybe you'll enjoy them. Get the script up, please. Thank you. The best documentary short last night went to a movie about, get this, menstruation, which is no surprise since the Academy loves period pieces, I guess. Security around the Dolby Theater was tight. Not as tight as the skin on Barbra Streisand's face, but still pretty tight. You know, those facelifts just do a number on you.
Yeah.
Congrats to Best Actress Olivia Colman for causing everyone to lose their Oscar pool last night. I know. I said who? Disgraced director Bryan Singer didn't win an Oscar last night, though he did take home a Lifetime Achievement Award for excessive creepiness.
Was he one of those Me Too guys?
I guess.
I don't know.
New England, you're not supposed to ask me who they are because sometimes I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no one knows, apparently, outside of the Academy.
The New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, we know him.
Yes, we do.
Was busted for patronizing a Florida massage parlor that's a front for a sex trafficking ring. Well, that'll be one ring he won't be bragging about, I believe. Other NFL owners were shocked, except for Jerry Jones. He always looks that way. Donald Trump said Robert Kraft being charged with solicitation of prostitution is very sad. Trump added that he feels bad for his friend who couldn't find a porn star to have sex with. I couldn't resist that one.
No.
And Khloe Kardashian, who was rumored to be the next Bachelorette, which would be awesome because if there's one thing the world desperately needs, it's more exposure from Khloe Kardashian. Plus, their ratings are tanking, so they got to do something.
You must have to do. Jeez. What is their claim to fame, anyway? I've never figured it out.
Let's see. What's the one married to the rapper? Why did I draw the blanks in the middle?
Yeah. Well, I got the same blank because I don't know.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
She did a sex tape and released it.
Is that it? That's the genesis of their...
It got traction, yeah.
Okay.
On wherever it was, and the rest is history.
Good.
And Mama keeps them out there, you know...
Peddling...
peddling their booty in front of every rich basketball player there is, or whatever. And one of them was married to a deadbeat. What was his name? Derek? Or something like that. Never did see that guy work. Boy, he had the money, and I think they finally broke up. I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
What a proud mother.
Yeah. She only dated the rich, too.
Right.
Cassette tapes are making a comeback. Remember those bad boys?
They're making a comeback.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a box I got to find.
When you want to hear a song again, you had to hit the rewind button.
Right.
You didn't hit a back button, and you hoped to rewind about the right length.
Right.
You got it in your head that, excuse me, you know, a regular song was about 4 or 5 seconds in rewind to get back to the beginning. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Anyway, they're making a comeback. They're popular among people who are nostalgic for a time when music sounded the absolute worst it could possibly sound. I don't know. Oh, yeah, they moved it 1 7/8 inches, and that's why you had tape hiss. You remember it had the hiss button on your cassette player so it'd knock out some of the hiss?
Unsuccessfully, usually.
Yeah. Well, it knocked some of it down. Basically, it sounded like somebody put a wad of cotton on your speakers. And that's how they knocked down the hiss. But they did have that hiss button, and your highs were gone and your lows were gone, but the hiss was less. But what else was it about? Oh, yeah. When your cassette machine ate your tape.
Oh, that happened quite often. Right.
Yeah. Then in radio, they had, do you remember the 8-track tapes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had an 8-track. Sure.
Everybody had 8 tracks. And when they couldn't fit all the songs on one track, they would just fade it out, and you hear the thing go click, click to the next track. And then the song would fade back up.
Right. Yeah, I had a few of those.
There was no rewinding in 8-track. Once it went by, you had to wait till it came all the way around again. And all 8-track was an endless loop of tape.
Right.
And in radio, they used a version of what's called an 8-track. They called them carts. And the biggest difference was the 8-track tape had the wheel already built in to the 8-track, whereas carts do not. Oh. The machine provides the wheel.
Okay.
And all the music on radio stations was put on carts. When I was at QDR for 8 years, all the music were on carts. And in all that time, I only had one fail, where I hit the cart and tried to do the intro. There was nothing there because the machine was eating the tape. Yeah. This isn't good. Anyway. And lastly, a model sold her virginity to, quote, make her mother proud. And in the process, she earned an esteemed title of honorary Kardashians. I think she was from India. Anyway, and she sold her virginity, and some guy on some creep in Japan paid her like $2 million for it.
$2 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the worst sex of his life, I guess.
I'm not going to touch that.
Anyway, so that's how that went. All right, let's see here. Let's go here and here. Yeah, I got more details on that right here. 23-year-old model name.
Oh, yeah, don't even, yeah, that's, you can just...
Mahbuba Mama Zanda. That's not what it is. She was from Azerbaijan. You ever been there?
Oh, Azerbaijan?
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Can't say. You got to remember, if you don't know Jeff, he's
I've been near there.
retired Marine colonel.
I haven't been there, but no, I've been close.
Yeah. Anyway, she recently sold her virginity to an escort website, and she managed to get $2.6 million for it from a Japanese businessman. So why did she sell her virginity, quote, to make her mom proud? I want to have a house for me and my mom so finally we can live in our own place and also travel all over the world. My mom did everything for me, and now it's my turn to make her proud. The sex deal is going to happen in Germany, where prostitution is legal. Mm-hmm. There's no word on whether her mom is proud of how she's going, all this is going down. Well, we got a picture of her. And she is an attractive young lady.
Yeah, well.
So, whether it's worth $2.6 million, up to the eye of the beholder. So
$2.6 million will go a long way in Azerbaijan.
Yeah, I'd still get a lot of things in the contract before.
Yeah, they'll get rid
I wouldn't
off.
be doing it, but let's see here. See, this is why I don't mess with golf in Florida or Florida itself. A woman named Joanne Sadowski was playing with her husband in a couples golf tournament in Bonita Springs, Florida, this past Saturday, and on the second hole, she shanked her tee shot really bad, and the ball was heading straight down toward the water until an alligator saw it and jumped up and snatched the ball out of the air with its mouth. But Joanne wasn't freaked out or upset by that. She was happy. If the ball had gone in the water, she would have gotten a one-stroke penalty. But because the gator ate it, she got a free drop.
Near the gator, I'm sure.
Even with that lucky break, she and her husband finished just out of the money in the tournament.
Oh, too bad.
All right, things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. Clark Gable's grandson, Clark Gable III, died Friday morning in Texas.
I read that.
He was 30. R. Kelly's been charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal assault, abuse, now under a $1 million bond. Los Angeles comedian Brody Stevens died Friday of an apparent suicide in Los Angeles. Variety has confirmed he was 48. Just a day after Jussie Smollett found himself formally in legal jeopardy, arrested in Chicago for filing a false police report, the Empire actor's job appears to be in jeopardy as well, as executive producers of Fox Programming announced that his character, Jamal, would not appear in the final 2 episodes of the current season. This is they're trying to keep this low key so they can boot him out.
Yeah.
And not say, oh, you're racist because he's gay, you got booted, or something like that. No, there's a morality clause in all those things, and
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break the law. And
he's still proclaiming his innocence. Good luck with that. He'll come to some plea deal before this thing hits trial, because his lawyer's basically going to say to him, you know, I've done all I can do for you. We both know you did it. You better take this deal. This is the only one that'll keep you out of jail. But I think he ought to go to jail. So
I do too.
Stops.
Yeah, exactly. If they don't start doing something with this stuff from the top all the way down to the bottom with little knuckleheads like him, it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, even if you start with a light jail sentence, I mean, like Paris Hilton got for not appearing, she got 30 days.
6 months, 30 days, something needs to happen.
6 months would be good.
Yeah.
Because that's enough to
just
make a real point.
Yeah, make an impression.
Miley Cyrus says she formed a deeper bond with Liam Hemsworth after the couple's Malibu home burned to the ground in the Woolsey's fire in November. That resulted in the two getting married. I know, she was in there. Oh,
house burns down. Let's get married.
Our house is burning down. Let's go get a tattoo and get married. What do you say?
With the house on fire tattoo. Okay.
Well, she got so many, I figured it'd be a reason to get another. We can tattoo our house right there on the fire. In Atlanta, she was saying, man, our sex was so hot last night. It's hotter than I believed it was. In Atlanta, a man was arrested for putting fake arrows on the floor at IKEA, which caused people to walk in circles. That's a cool trick.
Oh, yeah, that's in IKEA, that is bad. That's bad. Oh.
Police say a Western Pennsylvania church administrator stole $1.2 million that he and his wife used to pay for vacations, sports tickets, and other personal expenses. Man, one Presbyterian church they could sneak out $1.2 million and not get caught.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in some of these churches.
It doesn't say how long a period of time they wiggled it out. Research from Parks Associates say that 1 in 4 U.S. broadband households intend to purchase a smart door lock in the next 12 months. There's a new app out there that lets drivers know if there is a police chase within 2 miles or less.
Oh, great. That's great. Yeah, let's have a police chase app, and then everybody can get in on the convoy. Oh, man.
Well, not so much that is that you got to look at it from the other side of the coin, that, some police don't have the judgment to wear the badge. And they get into a chase, and it's, hell be damned, I'm going to get this man no matter what. And a third of those that die in high-speed police chases are innocent people who weren't part of it.
Yep. Well, that's my point. You're going to have people attracted to that. It's going to make that situation even worse.
Well, I don't think we need the app.
No.
Just if you see a chase coming your way, get the hell off the street, because you could easily be killed by the cop who's just determined to get his man at your cost.
Yeah.
Let's see, okay, another NFL season rumor is that Colin Kaepernick is going to sign with the New England Patriots.
That's the only way he'll get a ring.
Colin, of course, the one who was playing for the 49ers and took his knee during the national anthem and started all that crap, and basically laid a ring of kryptonite around his neck, so nobody wanted him. Yeah, and then he sues the NFL for being blackballed, and they settled with him for $80 million. Is that what you read? That's what I...
Well, that's... I don't know if it was official, but yeah, I've read that it was in that ballpark, but that's ridiculous. I can't see him playing for Belichick. I mean, he's got rules.
Yeah, well... $80 million can put me in a lot of places.
Yeah, well...
Study says the Tooth Fairy is paying less than the past 2 years. Well, hold out, kids. Don't put the tooth under the pillow. And Tiger Woods says he eats 5 to 7 meals a day.
Sure, yeah, there's a lot of people do that. Smaller meals.
Yeah, well, if you're a true golf professional, which he is, you're out there on the tees early. You're swinging golf clubs from sun up to sundown.
And walking, right?
And walking. Yeah, lots of walking during the tournaments. When they're not in the tournament, they'll ride, but I would too. Save the hips. But, they do they say it's not a physical thing, and there's some guys that carry a belly around with them out there, but not many, because they are doing a lot of moving.
Yeah, it's exercise.
And every joint's got to work.
Well, and they're practicing all the time.
Yeah, that's the point.
And,
first thing they do is hit balls, to the point you wouldn't do it. I mean, you'd be surprised how much your game would improve if you had someone who first gave you a proper swing, second, getting out there and hitting balls in a way, not just smacking at them, but having a target. And if you watch these guys on the tee, they don't just tee it up and smack it, No. They get behind the ball. They go through their full routine to drive that ball.
Right.
Every foot stance in place. The swing is exactly the same. And they have a target down that fairway they're aiming for. And they'll try to do some draws, some fades, some cut shots, anything they want to do. But they'll go through their routine and practice them one at a time.
Yep.
And they spend equal amount of time with every single ball. So if you did that all morning, then go and play your round, and then at the end of the day you went back to the practice range, you did the same thing.
Yeah.
With more balls. And I'm not talking about a bucket. We're talking about 2 buckets.
Man. Hundreds, thousands.
Big buckets.
Putting, the whole thing.
Yeah. And then you go putt, and then you get in a sand trap, and you practice that, and practice that, and practice that. You'd be surprised what a difference it makes in your game. Because most people just go out and they just want to play the game. They tee it up and want to play, go. And don't do all the work before and after that it will require to improve that game. But I did it one time. And I had a 0 handicap. But and it was shocking when I took one day off. I mean, this is 7 days a week you got to do this, folks. Not 3 or 5 or 4, 7. Because I took one day off and it would affect your game. That's how significant it has on your game when you take a day off. Naturally, I threw it down the wrong pipe there. From our Did You Know category, 65% of people surveyed. Oh, I forgot our impossible question for the day.
Oh, good.
According to health experts, if you do this 3 times a day, you reduce your chance of getting a cold by 40%.
3 times a day?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hit your thumb with a hammer.
Gargle. Just gargle.
Okay. That
kills the germs. Yeah. 65% of people surveyed said that they paid the full sticker price at this location, even though they didn't have to.
Buying a car.
That's it. Car dealership. The average 4-year-old asks this about 48 times a day.
Are we there yet?
Now, you have 2 youngins. You've been through it. No, it's not. Are we there yet?
I guess
you're not traveling every
That's
day.
only if you're in the car. Yeah. If you're home, is dinner ready yet?
No, it's why.
Why?
Why? Because I said so. Why? Because I said so. Well, why? Why did you say so?
I don't remember my kids asking why all the time. They would ask.
You give them that Marine look and say, well, because I said so.
Nah, because Marine mission type orders, you tell them what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Boy, that half hour slipped way by. I thought I had 15 more minutes. So it goes for this Monday. We'll see you back tomorrow for a titillating Tuesday. Until then, support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways because they're the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fallen and have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you this afternoon at the Sunny Dog Park at 2.